Welcome back to TNT Sport. We are now back after Man United's heroic 1-0 win against Fulham at Craven Cottage. Now, I was in the away end with the greatest away fans in the country by a mile. We were singing from the beginning to the end.
What was it like in there? Tell us the truth.
Well, obviously, I'm a United season ticket holder, so I see Stretford End rising every game. But to be with the away fans, it was, my voice is gone. Like, we won the lot. Look, I can't say it. But obviously, today was a massive game. We needed the 3 points to bounce back after we lost against City. And Erik Ten Hag was under so much pressure. We spoke about it earlier on today. What does this win mean for Erik Ten Hag and his tenure at Man United?
Hopefully it's a step building confidence, and it's going to be like baby steps. You can't think that we're going to go from 0 to 100. I think that this team is lacking confidence, lacking momentum, lacking consistency, and questions are being asked of every single individual, including the manager. And so they've got to show that they've got the gonads, the cojones to get through this period. And today, I think, listen, coming to Fulham is always difficult.
Yeah.
Tight place, tight pitch. The crowd are on your backs immediately. And there has to be an element of character. Forget the class and quality at times. You've got to earn the right to stay in the game sometimes here. They've done that. They rode their luck at times. And then you wait for that moment to come along and one of your quality players can step up. And Bruno today, who's been questioned about his captaincy, produced a captain's moment in this game.
What do you reckon was different in comparison to the game against City about Man United? Because we did speak about, not being consistent over 90 minutes. Now, we didn't play incredibly well, but we got the win. What was, in your opinion, from what you could see, what was different about United today?
Well, for starters, they're not playing against the champions.
Yeah.
They're playing against a team who don't lack a real knockout punch. They haven't got a Mitrovic anymore up front. So you can be a bit more bolshy with your tactics and a bit more kind of free with your tactics and a bit open and expansive at times. It never really got to that. But listen, I thought Fulham knocked at the door without, as I said, really punching the door down. And I think that always leaves a bit of hope for you as a player on the opposing team. And I think that's why Man United, towards the end of that game, started knocking the door a little bit. Garnacho getting the ball a little bit more. But I think that, as I said, we're still not playing to Hoyland's strengths.
I was going to touch on that as well.
But you have to, the Man United, I said this to Ten Hag after the game, like, when are we going to see your style of football come out in this team consistently? And the reason I ask that is because also, if you haven't got a style and structure within your team, all you do constantly is rely on individuals.
Yeah.
That'll only take you so far, and it gives you a ceiling. To get through that ceiling and become a better team and a team that can actually compete across all fronts consistently, that structure has to be in place for those players to be able to have that platform to play.
So I have done some stats. I checked some stats now.
You are that guy.
Ten Hag is the fastest manager to reach 50 wins. Yeah. Are we a bit too harsh on Ten Hag because of maybe the style of football like you're speaking about, and obviously the stuff that's come out in the media about how he's might be losing the dressing room right now? And is he the coach to really actually take us forward? Because you did speak about his his philosophy, which I don't think has happened this season. We saw bits of it last season, but are we a bit too harsh, and do we expect too much from him?
Listen, I think Manchester United, the highs are too high sometimes, especially in the current climate, and the lows are definitely too low. And it's an emotional moment for the club because of the ownership and all the other stuff that's going on around the club. Forget the football almost. But I think he deserves time because I think last season I finished the season very optimistic about this coming season.
So you should have seen my tweets.
We were
I lost
bolshy.
my whole mind. I said some things that I might want to delete now.
We became Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Right, and we were really kind of saying we're going to do this, we're going to do that with our chests out, and the reason why there's such a big amount of noise and negative noise is because how optimistic we were at the end of the season.
True.
Finished third, got a trophy, thinking actually we're going to another final. Actually, we're onto something here. We've got the right guy, but it hasn't played out like that. And he said in the interview after the game, listen, when I asked him why we're not getting a consistent style of football, we've had a lot of injuries as well. And it's not excuses, and it's hard for him to say that, but I understand. He hasn't been able to pick the same back four this season, I don't think. Every one of them have been injured at one point. Do you know what I mean? He's starting back four, haven't played together this season. It's like, so you have to sympathise in that sense. But again, that's no excuse because Manchester United, the way the club's been built, is to get results regardless of who's there.
Before I go on to the big game on Tuesday, who was your standout performance today? Because I was really, really impressed with Harry Maguire.
Yeah, I'd say Harry Maguire. If Bruno doesn't score, Harry Maguire's Man United's man of the match.
Yeah.
But Bruno obviously scoring a definitive goal, you have to give it to him. But Harry Maguire, first minute, injured, looked concussed, thought, oh no, he's going to go off. Stayed on the pitch, battled through, showed that character. And I thought in all aspects of his game today, defensively, he was the guy that got himself in front of the ball, headed everything out. But also with the ball passing through the lines, diagonal balls, I thought he had a near on complete performance today.